Hello, you guys. It's Lauren. Welcome back to my channel for the love of. If you're joining me for the first time, I want to say welcome and thank you for taking the time to click on this first ever Britta's Creepy Treasures unboxing. I'm super excited to share this with you guys. If you're a returning viewer or subscriber, welcome on back. You guys, I have to say, I have to actually give it up to Britta's Creepy Treasures. This item came super quick. They just, I believe, recently released some new fragrances, new items. I was lucky enough to be able to hop online, and a few of the scents that I was interested in were still available. I ordered this about, at time of filming, I ordered this about 2.5 weeks ago or so. I was actually gifted a sample of Britta's Creepy Treasures from one of my subscribers a few weeks back. I tried it, loved it, and I wound up ordering some of my own. So I have 3 items here that I ordered that I'm gonna unbox and share with you guys. They enclosed a darling little note. Those of you who aren't familiar, their whole shtick is like Halloween stuff. So all of the molds are super cute. And they gave me, this is all samples to you guys. So I'm gonna show you the items I originally ordered, and then we're gonna unbox the samples. Without further ado, let's get into some wax. All right, you guys, so the first one we're gonna kick it off with, this is one of their souffle cups. I'll show you the item in a moment, but the fragrance is called Monster Bash. The notes are sugar cookie dough, VBM, which I think that's vanilla bean marshmallow, butter brickle, and birthday cake. Let me show you how cute this is. How darling is that? I mean, pretty large amount of wax too. Again, their whole theme is like Halloween and fall. It was really nice to get like a bunch of fall, yummy bakery gourmand scents. Now, I will say I did smell and open up the other 2 that I got so far here. This one, I actually unboxed those last night when I got these. Of the 3 that I purchased myself, non-sample wise, this one's the strongest. This was the first one I opened up. The whole package, I think this is the one that's kind of fragrancing everything. They're all very fragrant, but the notes that really come through in this one, so I get like a sugar cookie and kind of that sugar cookie dough, almost like that crystallized, chunky sugar dough note. But the biggest thing I'm getting out of this is like that buttery, brickle, just like yummy fall vibe. It's just like a yummy, ooey gooey, heavy fall fragrance, bakery fall fragrance. I am going to be testing this one probably this afternoon. This one smells amazing. I don't remember the price points on these. I do remember that the souffle cups, this is all they had left in that scent. That's why I wound up grabbing this souffle cup. I think these are the largest size they have. I do remember that these are a little bit pricier than the other ones, but the price point in and of itself, it's not expensive. I think maybe $8 or something. Don't quote me on that. I should have grabbed their prices, but reasonably priced too. And this is a pretty substantial amount of wax. I'll probably wind up chunking this up into, you could probably get 6 different pieces out of this, 6 different uses. As always with all my vendor wax, I will definitely be doing Instagram follow-ups, and that was Monster Bash. All right, and next up, this is actually another souffle cup. This one is called Monster Delight. The notes are sugar cookie dough, waffle cone, sweet and creamy, and very vanilla. Now this one is the one I thought would be my favorite. Anytime I see that waffle cone note in there, I'm always all about it. Let me show you what it looks like first. So another cute little souffle cup, really pretty dark, deep dark wax. That's gonna look really pretty melting. Cute little inlets, just like with the other souffle cup. Really cute. Now, what do I get fragrance-wise on this one? To be honest with you guys, I do wish I picked up a little more waffle cone. At least on cold, what I'm getting, this is just like a yummy, creamy vanilla scent. To me, I really get, the most I get out of this is like a creamy vanilla with a little bit of that ooey gooey, sugary cookie dough. You know how cookie dough, you can kind of almost taste the crystallized and smell the crystallized sugar in it. So I get like a vanilla, sugar doughy type fragrance. I really don't get much waffle cone, and I don't get much like baked sugar cookie, but I'd say if you're a vanilla fan or just like a bakery gourmand fan and you don't like all the extra additives and you want just like a straight gourmand scent that's not caramely or anything like that, give this one a try. So this is the Monster Delight. Of course, as I plan to with my other souffle cup, chunk this up into about 6 different pieces. And of course, you guys know it, I'll be doing Instagram follow-ups as soon as I try this one. So that one was Monster Delight, you guys. And last but certainly not least of my actual ordered items, this one was called You Let Him Drown. Now this one's cupcakes at Tiffany's, blueberry cheesecake, and whipped cream. Again, I'm always on the search for like a good bakery plus blueberry fragrance. So the second I saw blueberry cheesecake, I knew I wanted to grab it. Let me show you what this one looks like, because this one's darling. Not a souffle cup, but this one's actually just one of those larger molds. It's a tricolor mold. Nice smooth wax. Just a side note on this, these came, and this isn't like the hardest wax ever, these came in perfect condition, and they were in a padded envelope. So, I mean, hats off to them. They must have just poured these and shipped them out right away. I mean, really good quality control on these. They're not smudged or broken or anything like that. The weather has been a little bit cooler than normal, so but hats off to them on that. So, honest opinion on first scent impression of You Let Him Drown. Love the aesthetic of the wax. The notes, cupcakes at Tiffany's, I don't get much of like a cupcakey note. I really don't get much whipped cream, but the scent that I'm really picking up on here is that blueberry cheesecake. To be honest with you guys, on cold, the scent appeal's just not there for me. It's not that this smells bad. It definitely smells like a blueberry cheesecake. The closest thing I could compare this to, this reminds me of Goose Creek's blueberry cheesecake wax melt. Those of you who are Goose Creek fans, to me, this is like dead on Goose Creek blueberry cheesecake. Not a bad scent. I will definitely chunk this one up and use it. Sometimes I find when scents are supposed to be like a blueberry cheesecake scent, the blueberry comes off a little artificial versus say like a blueberry pie or a blueberry crumble. The blueberry notes in those type of scents tend to come across a little more authentic to me. So unfortunately to me, this one does have a little bit of like a fakey blueberry. Not bad by any means. I'll definitely still chunk it up and melt it. But if you guys enjoyed Goose Creek's blueberry cheesecake, you might want to check this one out. You Let Him Drown. As always, you guys know I will be doing Instagram follow-ups on this. All right, you guys, so that was actually it on my original order. These were only the 3 items I ordered. Small order, first time actually ordering and trying this vendor, but we still have, they actually hooked me up with a big old bag of samples. So let me unpack these samples. I'll show you what I got, and we'll unbox them together. All right, and first up of the samples, this is Cauldron Concoction, which is Count Chocula, sugar cookie dough, plus sweet and creamy. Here's what it looks like. Cute little pumpkin sample, very generous with the samples, love it. You guys, of all the samples I got, this one's my favorite. This one smells so good. I'm really happy that they sent me samples. There's a lot of them that were amazing. This one's probably my favorite. You really get like that Count Chocula, and it's not like a fakey chocolate. Those of you who are like cocoa lovers out there, my cocoa lovers, my chocolate lovers, if you can get your hands on this Cauldron Concoction, do it. Try it. I'll definitely be trying this one. This is probably one of the ones I am going to chunk up and melt first, other than the Monster Bash, just because it smells that good. It smells like Count Chocula cereal, that heavy, cocoa-y type scent. I get a little bit of like a creamy, sweetsy cookie dough, but mainly chocolate. Absolutely cannot wait to try this one. And that was the Cauldron Concoction. All right, you guys, and so next up we have Prom Queen. The notes of this one are cupcakes at Tiffany's, strawberry and chocolate chip cookie dough. That sounds delicious. My strawberry fans out there, at least on cold, this one smells really good. It's not an artificially strawberry or anything like that. It has a little bit of like a smooth, yummy bakery strawberry. I really don't get like chocolate chip cookies too much. I really just get like a yummy, cakey type note with a little bit of like just a fresh strawberry. Oddly enough, I'm almost picking up like a little bit of like a creamy whipped cream. I don't know if it's that cookie dough note. but this one smells amazing. If you're a strawberry fan, definitely check out Prom Queen. And next up, you guys, and this was my mistake. This was actually, I forgot, this was another item that I ordered. So I don't want it to look like this was a sample because that would be a very generous sample. It was just not packed up in the tissue. This one was Benny's Coffee, and I love a good mocha-y, coffee-y type scent, especially in the fall. So the notes for Benny's Coffee include espresso, zucchini bread, and brown sugar. You guys, if you guys liked, let me flip it over, cute little pumpkins. If you guys liked Campsite Coffee from Bath & Body Works, you might like this one. This smells a little bit different. To me, I really do get not just that ground coffee or like a cup of coffee. You get like that very sharp, fresh pressed espresso bean type fragrance. So it's a very, very sharp espresso fragrance. I don't get much zucchini bread. I really don't get like a heavy bready type scent. I get a little bit of crystallized sweetness, which is probably the brown sugar. But if you're a coffee fan, definitely check this one out. I feel like on cold, this is probably one of the stronger ones other than the Souffle Cup in Monster Bash. That one was pretty strong as well. Can't wait to try this one out. And again, that was Benny's Coffee. All right, and next up we have Don't Feed It After Midnight. Notes of chocolate chip cookie dough, hot cocoa, and vanilla bean marshmallow. Look at how cute and creepy this mold is. A little centipede. Definitely going with the Halloween creepy theme. If you guys like Bath & Body Works hot cocoa and cream, this is the closest thing I can compare it to. I get just like a yummy, smooth cocoa type note. I'd say the strongest notes in this one are definitely that hot cocoa. I get a little bit of creamy vanilla. Again, I really don't get chocolate chip cookie dough. I don't know if their chocolate chip cookie dough formula is just a little bit lighter, but I definitely get just that hot cocoa-y note. Like I said, closest thing I can compare it to is any, standard Bath & Body Works hot cocoa and cream type fragrance. On cold, it's not the strongest. So I'm curious to see how this one melts down. Again, as with all of them, I'll be doing Instagram follow-ups, and that is Don't Feed It After Midnight. All right, you guys, we got 2 more samples to get through. This one was really interesting. Definitely a nice switch up. This one's called Warlocks on Break. Notes of chocolate chip cookie dough, sweet and creamy, pumpkin pie spice, and vanilla pumpkin M&M. I don't know if they mean vanilla pumpkin M&Ms, but to be honest with you guys, the strongest note I get on this one is just a really good, yummy, traditional pumpkin spice. It says pumpkin pie spice. It kind of reminds me, it's not as intense as say like Bath & Body Works Sweet Cinnamon Pumpkin. Not that at all. Kind of reminds me of Bath & Body Works Pumpkin Pie if you added maybe like a little bit of like a vanilla creaminess to it. Again, on this one, it has chocolate chip cookie dough as one of the notes. Definitely don't get that. Sweet and creamy. Yeah, I do get a little bit of a creamy sweetness, but that biggest note is that pumpkin pie spice. Now on here, they say vanilla M&Ms. I really don't get like a vanilla M&M. What I'm really getting is just like a pumpkin pie allspice. If you're a fan of like those pumpkin pie spicy type fragrances, but maybe not an intense spice, definitely check this one out. Definitely has a fall feel. Of all the ones that I smelt today, this one really has the most fall-ish vibe, and that was Warlocks on Break. Guys, last but certainly not least, we have one more sample here, and to be honest with you, there's no label on this, so I can't tell you what the name of this fragrance is. And this one's really hard to kind of pinpoint, you guys. I'm almost getting a little bit of like a baking spice. It's not super spicy, but a little bit of a baking spice. And it has a bit of like a chai warmth to it, but it also has something else in it. I don't know if this has maybe some sort of like, I almost want to say like an amber or some sort of like warmer toned spice that you would maybe get in the fall. This one is kind of the oddball. Again, I don't know. Those of you guys who have burned or melted Britta's Creepy Treasures in the past, I'm sure they use a bunch of different molds, but if anyone can pinpoint what this one is, leave it in the comments below because I am curious. This one is probably the least like any of the other ones I showed you guys today. This is definitely not like a full-on baking fragrance. It's kind of like a little mystery. I get a little bit of a baking, but then I almost get like a little bit of a spiciness too. So anyhow, this is our mystery scent. If any of you guys know what fragrance this is, leave it in the comments below. All right, you guys, and that is it for me today on my first ever Britta's Creepy Treasures wax unboxing / mini haul. If you guys have used any of these fragrances, leave it in the comments below. Let me know which ones are your favorites. Like I said, of all the ones I reviewed today, I'd say my favorite is that Monster Bash. Definitely a super strong fragrance. Also, Benny's Coffee on Cold. That one's super duper strong too. Before I sign off, I do also want to let you guys know, if you guys are interested in any follow-ups on any of these fragrances, come find me on Instagram. If you're on there, come find me at life, LIFE_with, WITH_L. I use my Instagram to do a lot of upcoming video posts, purchases, hauls, vendor wax. I do a lot of my vendor wax follow-ups on there. So if you're on there, come find me. And you guys, that is it for me today. As always, I hope you're having an awesome day, an awesome evening, weekend, whatever time it is you're watching this video. Until next time, we'll see you later.